Hi, Chris Madsen here. You know, we could have a world that we live in that is so free, so effortless, so abundant, so thriving, so beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, that the world that we're experiencing here now, uh, it would be like, a dark night of the soul or something compared to it. We could have a world um, that there's free energy, that there's no grids, no gasoline motors and electric wires, magnetic based, just like Tesla has shown us. Uh, we could have a world without borders simply because they're not required. Because wherever a person is, it's beautiful, amazing, filled with vibrancy and health. We could have a medical system that's based not on big pharma and money and corporations and uh, dealing with symptoms and things, rather than that pure, vibrant health in harmony with the beautiful herbs that bring the vibrant health and maintain it, and beautiful, healthy foods, sunshine, all of this. As that when a person did get ill, rather than put them in an institutional kind of setting and pump them full of chemicals, they would be put in a natural environment with beautiful healing energies, right? We could have a world where children are literally born free, that there's not a certain age where all of a sudden we have to put them in a box and program them. We could have a whole different system where it's nature based, uh, community based, and they're taught, the ways of the land, what herbs and plants do what, the seasons. We could have a world where what we're told, the news, is actual truth based, not propaganda, not based on hidden agendas or manipulations and things. We could have a world where the laws are all based on love. We could have a world where we recognize that if somebody is harming another in any way, that person is temporarily ill. They're insane. And so we deal with it accordingly in that way. There may be a point where that we have to isolate them, but it's all healing based. We could have a world that you don't own land or rent it or have to pay for it. You simply, just like the coyotes in these fields here, they have their own uh, dens and things, right? It's a natural flow. We could have that. We can have a world where we're not thinking money and work and slavery types of energies. Rather than that, we're thinking beautiful things of how to, a person in their natural state wants to produce. They want to give. They want to share. Just like right now, I'm in my natural state. I want to share. I want to share these visions, these beautiful visions of what we can have. We can have a world that is truly, absolutely gorgeous. Uh, you could call it the golden age. So why don't we have this world? Why is there so much uh, ill will going on? This country against this country, news media that's spreading lies right, left, and center, fear based agendas, control, trying to manipulate, the information streams, uh, keeping, people enslaved and everything else. The reason is that if we're not moving in the heart, then we're moving in the mind, the head. And the head, in this sense, what I'm saying about it is separation from source. A belief that me versus you, my country versus your country, my family versus your family, my team versus your team, you know. And all of that creates the pain and the suffering. There are many uh, people, but they're a small group compared to us, the silent majority, that uh, they believe that they have the right to control their sheeple, and they're doing a pretty good job of it at times by lying and all of these different things, right? And to them, they think, like, for instance, how a person might think culling a herd. That's how they think of populations. They don't really care, and that's because they're in the head. They're not thinking with compassion, with the highest good of all. You know, and so to end all of this current vibrations of suffering and things, there is no plan B. There's only one plan, and that is to move into the heart. And as we move into the heart, uh, a strange thing happens is that truth is revealed. Some people call it the third eye, the pineal gland, whatever you want to call it. You have a more insight, very deeper insight into, you see through the bowl, the programming and stuff. And my experience is that as I try to share truth, with what's going on from the propaganda that's coming to infiltrate us, to keep us enslaved, and to keep these certain few in power, that I get lambasted. I'm called a conspiracy theorist and attacked, on and on and on, you know. And I get it, where they're coming from. Their program, their whole database is based on the information they've been given. So then when somebody comes and says something different, for instance, now with the virus thing, it's like I'm saying there is no virus. Viruses don't even exist. Bacteria does. That can cause serious, issues. But in this case, there is no COVID virus. It's simply exosomes. It's toxins, and but that's something that right now brings up ire in people. What do you mean? Uh, so what I know is that you have to move into the heart. That's the very first thing, and from there, with a heart of love, connecting with Source, knowing that you move and have your being within and as consciousness, and there is a force that is never absent. It's always present. It's what makes these trees grow. It's what has the sun and the stars shine. It manifests the seasons. The critters that are in this forest are all formed and fashioned by this presence. And as we connect with it, we attune within the heart, filled with love, being love, receiving this love, sending this love. I call it attuning. So in attunement, we hold the visions, we see what can be. you know. And so the the most important message I have is that we have to attune to the heart. Otherwise, the suffering continues. There will be this daily struggle and fight and death and huge suffering. You know, imagine like if all of a sudden, say in a place like China, if the leaders all of a sudden had a big awakening and said to the people, we are now moving in love. We're giving all of our beingness to your highest good. Or say Kim Jong Un in North Korea, you know, said, you know, I I will be the servant now of all, and I will ask the world to join me in blessing the people. You know, how can we touch lives? How can we be part of a world community? Imagine the quantum leaps that there would even be in science, true science, if it wasn't led by agendas, the church of scientism, religion, on and on. You know, if it was actual truth, wow, we would have this world in no time. You know, yes. You know, imagine no militaries. You know, and imagine things that are quiet, silent. Right now, there's a helicopter going by. You know, so often I hear loud noises, and I'm thinking they could make things that are in a coherence. You know, I've heard now that even the 5G, we could have 5G that is vibrating at a 432 frequency that would actually bring healing and health to our body temples. How beautiful that would be. You know, the best vaccines we have is sunshine and good food, building up an immune system. Like I saw a meme, a fish in a tank uh, with dirty, poisonous water, right? Do you shoot the fish with the vaccine, or do you simply change the water? You know, we we don't need things like vaccines. But here we go again. As soon as I say that, there's this whole group that are now in a duality against this point of view, you know, and want to fight me on it. So what I say here in all these cases is move into the heart. Move into the heart. Let the heart speak, right? You know, when I hear information that I'm opposed to, what I do is I seriously take the time to research their point of view. I don't just go into my cognitive dissonance, you know, and things, and this is what the authorities are saying, so it's true. I actually, you know, dig in. You know, I love uh, exploring, you know, in that way. And anyway, with that, I could have all the knowledge in the world, and it still wouldn't do me any good if I'm not simply resonating in pure love. It's all about the beingness first, right? And then from there comes heaven. Now, another thing I do, like I live a pretty blissed out life, filled with joy and vibrant health, you know, and everything. And one reason is because I spend my days connecting in nature. Like today, right now, I'll give you a little bit of panoramic view of where I am in this valley here. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Now, we could have a whole world like this. Notice one thing of humans here is somewhere around here, there's a telephone or, you know, those power lines, right? They cut right through everywhere. We don't need those. if we're using the Tesla technology, all that stuff comes down. We don't even need roads because if we've got vehicles and things that are going, they simply just like a drone or something, we can be above the earth, you know, with free energy. That so we can, in other words, we can have pure harmony. Wow, you know. And in the meantime, oh, there's a deer right over there peeking out. I know sometimes they follow me on my walk back. Well, that's it. Namaste.